Alright everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pokémon Black 2 Let's Play. And it's pretty simple really, we're taking on the Elite Four today. And I think there's no better way to start this off by taking a look at our team. So let's just go ahead and have a look. Everyone's up to level 57. We got Solus the Espeon holding the Twisted Spoon, and rocking the moves Psychic, Future Sight, Toxic, and Morning Sun. We've got Riley, the Lucario, holding the Grip Claw with Aura Sphere, Shadow Claw, Bone Rush, and Swords Dance. We've got Riddle, the Superior, holding the Miracle Seed with Giga Drain, Leaf Blade, Leech Seed, and Coil. We got Manny the Mamoswine, holding the Amulet Coin with Ancient Power, Earthquake, Ice Fang, and Blizzard. Then we've got Aragog, the level 57 Garvantula, holding the Magnet, with Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, Volt Switch, and Agility. And then, I think finally we got Plume the Magmortar, holding the Scope Lens, with Flamethrower, Confuse Ray, Feint Attack, and Fire Blaze. Now, maybe those movesets aren't the best that we could use, but basically, this is what I was thinking is probably the best of what we've got with the moves that we have, the TMs that we have, and the basically unluckiness that I have had when trying to, get things like shards. So, yeah, let's go on ahead. I'm thinking of going ahead and putting Riley up front. That's gonna be my idea here. We're gonna just quickly save one last time before we really get into it, and then we're gonna go for it and take on the Elite Four. I have a specific order that I want to do this in, actually, but anyway, let's talk to the dude.
The Pokemon League is a place where you both pursue strength and express it. The way to express it is simple. You just have to be the Elite Four and champion. You can start your challenge by battling any of the Elite Four. If you defeat all of them, you can challenge the champion. However, I warn you, once you start your challenge, there's no turning back. You must keep battling until you defeat them all, or you are defeated yourself. Would you want to go in? Then proceed.
We do want to go in, and we are going to start with Chantal. That is the simple thing. We're starting here with Chantal, the Ghost-type Elite Four, and we've got some new animations here for the battle going up there, and let's talk to her. Ooh, spooky.
There's one man who wanders the world with a black dragon Pokémon to pursue ideals. That's part of a novel I'm writing. I want to write down the event that happens on that day. Sorry, it has nothing to do with you. You're a challenger, right? I'm the Elite Four's Ghost-type Pokémon user, Chantal, and I shall be your opponent.
Alright, here we go. I don't know why, my computer keeps blipping in and out, so I hope that isn't being affected. I think it's just so hot where I am right now that my computer is struggling a little bit, although it wasn't having this problem too much. But I'm going to make this very simple. We're going to go for a Swords Dance here. I've got a very simple strategy with Riley, because I figured that was going to happen with the burn. So what we're going to do immediately is go for a burn heal, because it's probably going to use... It's going to use Psychic, okay. I didn't think it was going to go for that. But either way, we can go first, and I'm thinking a boosted Shadow Claw does take out the Cofagrigus, and it doesn't. But it's going for Psychic again. So, let's see. I think we just take it out from here. And all is good. I have a suspicion on what I think's coming out next, and it is Chandelure. Okay. It is completely an offensive Pokemon. And I'm gonna struggle with this. So we're gonna put in Manny and go for an Earthquake. Because I don't think I can risk Omni Boost. I think we just have to go for it. And that's the only option. Alright. There we go. So that's the biggest threat down. Golurk's gonna come out, and we're gonna put in Serperior. I'm also going to pause, because I have literally gotten a black screen 5 times since... No, not even 5, like 7 times since I started recording. So I'm going to see if I can fix this issue. I will not know if the issue has fixed itself. All I do know is that by trying to fix it, I've basically just checked all the sockets. And that's it, really. That's all I've done. This is going to be simple. We're just going to go for the full restore, and then we're going to, she's going for a full restore. We're going for Giga Drain to heal up. And then, because we're faster than it, we can go for the Leaf Blade. And that should take out the Golurk. And then all we've got to think about from this point onwards is Drifblim. And I think the simple solution is Aragog with a Thunderbolt. I don't think it's gonna have anything super effective. It's basically just gonna have to rely on a really high special attack or something. And it's not gonna outspeed us either, so let's see what we can do. And that just one-shots it. There we go. So that is pretty good, and we've defeated Chantal. And there we are. 1 down, 3 to go.
My Pokemon and the Challenger's Pokemon. Everyone battled even though they were hurt. Thank you.
Alright, well, now that we've beaten Chantal, we've got we got a couple more to go, or a few more to go. We got Riley, who needs a good heal, and, yep, there we go. Black screen again. This is getting really annoying. I hope that I will be very, very frustrated if it affects the, recording. I hope it doesn't. I don't think it has in the past. It doesn't happen as often as this, but it hasn't really affected it in the past, so I'm hoping there's no issues. Because it's actually, like, really bad. I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, we're putting Solus up front because we're going to take on Marshall next. So let's go ahead and do that. This looks cool. Whoa. I forgot about that animation. That's really cool. Oh yeah, I remember this bit of the animation though. Bro just ends up there, and it's super sick. Alright. Let's take on Marshall.
Greetings, Challenger. My name is Marshall. I'm the #1 pupil of my mentor, Alder. In order to master the art of fighting, I've kept training. You're also walking a similar path with your Pokemon. It's my intention to test you, to take you to the limits of your strength. Kai!
Alright, well, I have a very simple strategy for Marshall. Because, obviously, he's got Pokemon with the move Sturdy, and we've obviously got an Espeon, which isn't the strongest Pokemon. Now, if I go to Battle Items, I've got 1X Special. And my plan here is to use Toxic. Right now. Payback's not gonna do a lot. But it is gonna take me out. And that was not part of the plan. So, I think I'm gonna go into Aragog. And we're gonna go ahead and heal Soulless up, as I'm trying to think what to do now. Obviously, the stall tactic is the best tactic here. I'm gonna Volt Switch. And see where that gets me. I'm trying to think, Riley's probably the best option here, actually. Because he's most likely going for a Rock Tomb, and Riley will take the least amount of damage from that. So all things considered, I think... And actually, I think with an Aura Sphere, we take it out. And even if we don't, Toxic was just too powerful. So, there we are. Alright, well that has somewhat worked. Menshao, no idea if this is gonna be better. Let's see if I can actually do the plan that I set out. Which starts with using the move Toxic. As one does. It goes for U-turn. If this takes me out as well, I'm gonna be very disappointed in Soulless. Okay. Now Sock comes out. Well, see, this is the problem, is I'm just gonna go for Toxic again. Toxic all of his Pokemon. Yep, we know Payback would take me out because Sock and Throw basically have the same stats because they're basically the same Pokemon, but one's blue and thin and one's red and large. So we're gonna go back into Aragog and sacrifice Aragog by healing up Soulless a bit better this time. I'm not going to Future Sight anymore. I'm just going to go straight for the Psychics because I think that... Actually, I think that if Menshao comes out next, we can live another hit of anything. The problem is... Okay, Menshao comes out. I bet U-turn is the most super effective move. But I honestly, you know what? We're Twisted Spoon boosted. I'm just gonna go for the Psychic. Because I'm confident if we can take out... I think we can take out Conkeldurr with one shot. And I think we just go for it. Especially because Soulless is a Pokemon we are not really gonna need after this. So... let's see. I think we take it out. Yeah, there we go. You know, well, you kind of have to overthink the Pokemon with sturdy, so it's a bit tricky, but there we are. Marshall is defeated.
There's no single strongest Pokemon or sole best comparison. That's why it's difficult to keep winning.
And they say too much in too little time.
Well done. As your battles continue, aim for even greater heights.
Alright, well I think we shall, because we are now halfway done with this Elite Four. And I think that's quite impressive for where we are. I'm just going to use one of our max revives. We might as well just go for it straight away. And enter what is probably going to be, I think, not the easiest, but an easier challenge than I'm thinking it's going to be. I do want to just check. Yeah. I think this might turn out to be quite easy. I mean, Aragog does not have the best special attack, but it is very good. And we're gonna be pretty quick, and we're going for Caitlyn. And I think I might use the strategy that presented itself earlier. As we could use the X special that we have. And there's Caitlyn.
It's me who appeared when the flower opened up. You standing over there. You look like a Pokemon trainer with strength and kindness. What I look for in my opponent's superb strength. I'm counting on you.
Alright, let's go for it. Let's take on Caitlyn and the sleepy trainer. And because I don't think Musharna really can do much against us other than put us to sleep. And that gives us effectively 2 turns to use an X special to boost up our special attack. We get an agility for free, which will do +2 on speed for the first turn, I believe it is. Even if it's +1, we're fine. Musharna's gone for a yawn again, not even trying to hit us. I bet it's gonna go for like a Dream Eater or something along those lines. We got a full heal, so we're just gonna use that. And let's hit it with the Signal Beam. And I'm thinking this is gonna one-shot. Okay, well it's gonna be a 2-shot, but we've confused it. And it's hit itself in its confusion, which means we're not gonna have to deal with Yawn again. And I don't think this is gonna take very long. I know Signal Beam isn't the best bug move. That said, we now just got a +3 boost. Sigalith is not going to be faster than us because we have agility, and we're going to Thunderbolt it, and this is going to do even more damage with the special, X special in place. So now Reuniclus comes out. That's a simple hit it with the Signal Beam, and it's not going to live that much longer. And it actually did surprisingly live. That said, it does have a high special defense. So I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt now and then hit it with a Signal Beam because we get the free move while she heals. I mean, we could go for another Thunderbolt. I know Signal Beam's going to be the most effective. So let's go for that. Reuniclus is down, and I believe it's just the Gothitelle, and we don't really have to worry about the Gothitelle whatsoever. I don't think the Gothitelle's got anywhere close to the same special defense that Reuniclus does, and we are boosted. And it lives on 1! Does it have a Focus Sash or something? No. It's got a Citrus Berry. That's annoying. However, we could just go into Riley, hit Shadow Claw, and I think we're good. We outspeed it, and there goes Gothitelle. It's a shame it lived on 1, but what can you do? We at least had backup plans and good Pokemon that can help us. And there we go, we defeated a 3rd Elite Four member.
You haven't faced all the members of the Elite Four yet, have you? Don't concern yourself about me, go on ahead.
Alright, we shall go on ahead and leave. That really took about 3 minutes long. That wasn't much of a challenge. We are gonna want to, I'm gonna use the Revival Herbs now. On Aragog here, and I think it's time for Riley to shine because the next Pokemon that's coming out... Well, the entire next team is just going to get bodied by Riley. And I think it's just as simple as that. Because Grimsley is, as a last challenger, probably not the best option. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk to him.
What will be determined here is which one of us can absorb the opponent's light and shine. But who will decide that? It shall be I, Grimsley of the Elite Four, and I will fulfill my duty to be your opponent.
Alright, let's go and see if I can remember that voice for after this battle. If it's fast enough, I think I will. I suspect this battle won't take too long, because Liepard's going to use Fake Out, first of all, which it's kind of a nothing I can do situation. So in this instance, because I'm pretty confident it's going to go for Fake Out, I'm going to use the X speed I've got to make sure that we are going to outspeed everything. Especially because we couldn't have used a move, so we would have just wasted a move. Sword Stance isn't going to be effective because of Aura Sphere being special. And the Aura Sphere party is just going to happen. I think Liepard is the only... Liepard and Scrafty are the only Pokemon this isn't 4 times effective against. Actually, I don't know. Is fighting 4 times effective against Ground Dark? I don't think it is, actually. I think it's just 2. Either way, Intimidate does nothing because Aura Sphere is, again, special. And then here comes Scrafty. So we'll go for that. Another Aura Sphere. And Scrafty, if I remember correctly, has no defense whatsoever. I mean, it's all attack. Except in that case. Obviously. Well, part of the reason we have the Grip Claw is for moves like Bone Rush to do, on average, more, basically, than they would otherwise do, except we hit it twice there, which is a little annoying, but we're going to go for the Aura Sphere anyway, which will now take it out pretty easily. No real concerns there, and Bisharp. So let's see what goes on here, because I think one Aura Sphere takes this out, and it's really no issues whatsoever. Yep. And there we are. We've just swept with a +1 speed Lucario. It's really as simple as that, actually.
Astonishing! You defeated every member of the Pokemon's Elite Four, but it isn't over yet. There's still one more opponent against whom you must prove your strength. Check the statue in the central plaza and continue to the final room.
Alright, well, I guess that's what we're gonna be doing next episode. I'll see you all next time for the champion fight.